All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Real Talk video. I pray y'all are having a wonderful, blessed day as we give the Most High all the honor, the glory, and all the praise and worship. My title now just simply says, it's not always a speedy recovery. It's not always a speedy recovery. I want to give a shout out to Miss Mac 41. Got your email about, how long you've been sick and how you be praying and fasting and going to the doctor, taking this medicine, taking that medicine. The medicine don't work. And a lot of times people will pray for you to have a speedy recovery. And oftentimes it don't happen that way. And then you may have some people say, well, you must not be believing, or you must not be living right, or you doing something wrong. Kind of like how Job's friends did him. But I just want to tell you this. I was reminded of a story in the Bible. It's in the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. The woman with the blood issue. When you read about that woman with the blood issue, I hope this will help you, sister. That woman went through so much. I'm just kind of paraphrasing. 12 years that woman walked around with a blood issue. And the Bible made it very clear. She went from doctor to doctor. She spent all she had. Instead of getting better, she was getting worse and worse and worse until she saw our Savior. She said, if I could just touch the hem of his garment, she knew she was going to be all right. But when you think about 12 years of walking around in misery, because anytime you in pain, you suffering, it don't feel good. It can dampen your spirit, like you saying in your email. And this woman just said, if I could just touch his clothes. And when you think about that, and we can all reflect back on our own life of sicknesses and pain that we done went through. Now, I'm not saying people can't get healed quick, because some people do get healed quick, and some people that take a long time. I always feel sorry for little babies that I see fighting with cancer. And, people pray, and the baby might die, See, it's so important when the Most High shows us about how he view death. And I'm not speaking death on nobody in no kind of way. It's just a real talk video to answer your questions in your email. It have to be on the Most High's time. That's pretty much all I can say on that. We can pray, and then a lot of things we can do on our own. But see, in your situation, just like my situation, I had a stroke last May. And I almost been a whole year now without, my fingers in my left hand. Playing the piano with one hand. And a lot of people say, well, JT, you must, what you doing wrong. You must not be doing therapy. You should have been unhealed by now. Are you still praying? Are you still believing? Have you kept the faith? I heard all kind of stuff. And I just have to laugh at people. Because I look at how far the Most High have already brought me from when I couldn't even talk. I could have been way worse off than I am now. I could have been in a wheelchair like some of the folks I know in my neighborhood. I could have died from this stroke like a lot of folks I know that have been put in the grave now behind having a severe stroke. But I look at how far the Most High has blessed me to come right now. And the healing is I'm still healing this, and it's amazing to watch the healing in my own body because I have not gave up on the Most High. I don't know where I'm going with this video now. I'm kind of testifying about myself because I hope this can help you. Don't you give up, because I have a lot of things going on in my body a lot of times. Pain and suffering. And I survived heart failure. It came back, it went away, it came back again, and went away again. So I can relate to what you're saying about this medicine, this billion-dollar industry they got now with these medicines with all these side effects, and all they really doing is some form of control, but it can't cure you. That's why I look at my situation as a spiritual attack, because the Most High is allowing this to happen, but the Most High didn't cause this to happen. This is a big difference. And that's why I don't mind going through. Yeah, I have my moments where I just cry out. I wish my fingers was back. I pray and pray more. I stay more and more obedient. I I try to do this and try to do that, but it's not on my time. I have to remember that. So I want to tell you again, it's not on your time. So don't give up. Don't get frustrated and quit and getting mad at the Most High because you're not being healed right when you want to. That woman with that blood issue went around 12 years, once again, doctor to doctor. She had to wait. She had to go day by day, night by night, struggling, bleeding, suffering, frustrated. Can you just picture that? I don't know what's wrong with you, but can you just picture if you didn't get healed for 12 years? But one thing I know about when the Most High touch you, it's all over with. That's why we shouldn't mind suffering for the Most High. Do it feel good? No. The Most High didn't tell us it was going to feel good. The Most High did promise us that in this life, we was going to have trials and tribulations. I don't know who. I don't care what color you are. Let me say that right. It don't matter what color you are, where you live, how much money you got, where you located, all this stuff. You're going to have something wrong with you. It may be finance. It may be health. It's going to be something because you cannot live this life without going through nothing at all. That's a promise that you're going to go through something. So just think about that woman. She went through, a lot of us is going through right now. When you look at me right now, I don't even look like I'm going through nothing. But let me tell you something, sister. I have been going through a lot of stuff in my body from almost the last 8 years, last 7, 8 years now. I've been going in and out the hospital, and it's always, we don't know what's wrong with it. With his heart, he don't have no clogged arteries in his heart. It went back to normal. It's just up and down. And do I smoke? Do I get drunk? Do I get high? Do I do all that crazy stuff? No. Do I eat crazy? No. Man, if you was around me, you'll be like, I don't understand why you sick. And that's why I get frustrated sometimes when I see the ones that abuse their temple, their body, and it seems like ain't never nothing wrong with them. Seem like they outlive everybody else. And it's the ones that really trying to live right and eat right and stuff, seem like have the most complications. I don't know why it's like that. You know, it kind of made me feel like Solomon, man. I just don't understand. Out of all the wisdom that Solomon had, he said, I still just can't make sense of this life. Because we wasn't promised to understand it all. But I know one thing, when you're going through, keep trusting in the Most High. Let the Most High have the Most High's way. Because the Most High is not going, he ain't going to take you to it if he's not going to bring you through it. And he gets the glory when he bringing you through it, when he bring you out of it. See, we always want to give up and quit in the midst of our heartache and pain and going through and suffering. But as soon as you be ready to give up, that's when the Most High will show up. And the Most High will show up and show out and make a believer out of somebody. I had, just like you said, I had so many negative doctors tell me, Mr. Thompson, your left hand ain't gonna never come back. So you might as well I'm just telling you from medically speaking, your left hand might not never come back. Excuse my language, but them the type of doctors I say, excuse me, but you can get the hell out of my room. I don't need no non-believing doctors, no way. So I don't like going to the hospital, no way, and I don't like taking medicine because I like doing all natural stuff. But sometime in this life when you go down and it's past what you can do, just like when I had heart failure, I had to be rushed in emergency. I had to be hooked up to the machine and stuff because that's something that never happened to me before. And it happened again and again and again. And they told me that my heart would never get back strong. They told me, but if you see me sitting in this video right now, I ain't on no breathing machine. I ain't walking on no crutches. I don't have no pacemaker. I don't have no defibrillator in my heart. It's just one of these things that you just have to keep praying, just like that woman with the blood issue. Keep living, keep trusting in the Most High. Don't give up. Because I know one day it's all going to be over with. And even if it take a little longer, hey, I still got a glorified body promised to me when I leave this mess. That body I get ain't going to never get sick. I'm closing now. It'll never get sick. It'll never age. It'll never have sin. And that's what I look forward to, because this right here will go back to the dust where it came from, the ground where it came from. So that's why I'm working in this life to work on my afterlife. I ain't, when this here is gone, I care less what happened with it. I'm waiting on my glorified, or we can say spiritual, body that's promised to us. So with that being said, sister, remember that sister. Remember that woman with the blood issue. 12 years. 12 years. I'm going to say this again. 12 years. Going from doctor to doctor. Medicine to medicine. 12 years. Now, how many people can go a week, 3 days with suffering? I'll let you go with that. You have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed day. May the Most High bless all of you. Y'all take care.